this point forward, you know, we've kind of trimmed the fat. It's gonna be nothing but good games. Losers bracket, winners bracket, all over the place. If you guys want to learn and take your personal game another level, take out your pens, take out your notepads, and start taking notes, because that's what it's all about right here, right now. We're going right into the game. Let's do this, Garrett.
Oh, I'm so excited for it. And you know, Tony, I want to give you the honors. I want to hear the hype up these teams, get them nice and ready, get everyone ready for this first match.
And this is going to be oddball. 150 points, take the win. 90, throw 12 minutes on the clock. That's a beautiful scene right there. So throw 12 minutes on the clock, because that's all these players have to put that 150 points on the line. This is the watch party, ready for your Pro Series 1K Open, going for the top 8 into your 5K Pro. Let's get started. Let's get started. I think I might have. I'm still here. Okay, let's go. All right, sorry. I'm loading up fish. Right. Is that a rocket launcher up there?
I'm not sure if the rocket launcher is what we're supposed to be seeing on our screen.
That's so beautiful. That LVT so Productions up there. There we go. Game starting up. 11 minutes. Let's go.
First ball in the favor of Soldier. He's going to be quickly taken down, but 3 players on the side of Elevate went down with him. And now ball time should be going into the favor of Saints, as they got the overshield off the start. Did he stick him? Did Vemzy get the stick off? Oh no, but he basically blows it up in his face anyway. The overshield quickly nullified. So Elevate having a bit of a rough start, going down quite a bit, but they make up for it anyway. They get the ball time. So interesting how that worked out, because they definitely didn't outslay off the start, but they definitely didn't lose control either.
They didn't, but Fate throwing a beautiful nade, aka take out that ball carrier, aka Simply Fury, now just doing a great job of putting shots, staying alive, but his teammates are going down as well. So switch gears towards Simply Fury, and let's see if he can get these slays. Get that slay.
Yeah, these slays, absolutely. As Carmia hits the perfect kill, and then it gets traded out by Fate. And now Fate's going to be moving back up. He's going to have this one-on-one fight. Actually, the ball carrier is going to drop the ball to try to get the help, and that's going to be what is necessary, as Fate is eventually able to find Vemzy. And once again, shout out to Nighty Night in the back. He's going to be our observer. He's giving us this nice view so we can see where all these pushers are coming from, as that ball carrier is trying his best to stay alive. But the flank from Carmia is in. He's going to find one and then immediately drops down, lets the team come in, and Elevate have broken the setup.
28-11 lead in favor of this blue team squad, and Soldier coming in for the flank, getting 1 kill, but getting swarmed on right after that. So blue team was just momentarily 3 down. They're going to start from across the map, and not only that, but Red actually has full-on control right now. So we're going to see if Elevate can hold this control, hold this setup, as 1 kill goes down, putting good shots. Desto able to get the 5. Vemzy going right back at him. So back and forward action, Garrett. I know you like that.
I love the action that we're seeing from these teams. Vemzy going to be playing that ball off the map quickly, and what I see is Fate has the DMR in hand. Now that's going to be something to watch out for everyone throughout this roster. See who uses the sandbox, but Neuronical able to get that overshield, and he's going to put some damage in with it. Oh, but he wasn't aware of the player that was in the plat, and you know, sometimes that happens to players. They just are so used to just shooting everything that they see that they don't quite recognize that, hey, I'm giving my backup in a really exposed area, and that is a lucky break for the Saints rosters. They're going to be able to take down Neuronical with that overshield. But I want to see who gets those DMRs, those carbines, and put them to work on the map, Tony.
Well, Testalo saying, I don't even need to utilize the entire sandbox. All I need is my trusty pistol, my melee button to backsmack that overshield. 3 down goes Saints, though. Red team going to be flying over towards that ball. Carmea is ready for it, but he's taking some damage. Can he stay alive? I guess not. It is not your fate to live through that, huh?
Whoa.
Huh?
You can say he was dreaming, huh? Vemzy is going to go down, and Fate takes over the top position. He's going to use his tac magnum to try to get some cross-map shots, but as that is happening, his teammates are falling down. Soldier on the respawn. They're going to try to get the ball away, and Elevate do so. That ball staying alive in the man, what cylinder? I can't remember the name for the area, but They get the ball and they're getting some time, and he placed himself well that he could regain his shields. Even though he was one shot and stayed in the middle end of the map, he isolated out the angles from the other side and was able to keep that ball time, but gets killed with the ball. He tried to throw it off, but that player caught it at the last second, and they're going to be able to keep some time for the Saints roster.
And the dude caught it like it was like that Halo 4 game type ricochet, like he just jumped in, intercepted the ball that was going off the map. So great catch by Saints, but not going to happen because Vemzy goes right back at the ball. But Saints coming right back at him, taking him out, 56-44 lead, and there should be an overshield coming up very soon here, Gary.
And look at this from Ravager. He tried to get behind too, but Neurotic was able to turn around in time. But Ravager did his job. He was able to get the kills necessary for that ball carrier to feel safe, but they lost the overshield while all that was happening. And now Vemzy's on his way. He says, come here, I'm coming for you. Fate, you're not getting away. Eventually, Carmilla is able to pick up that player, and the ball is played, but all of the control has gone in favor Elevate, and they're just going to immediately try to get this ball back into the base. And I think that thing landed in the base or it landed outside, so we'll see what happened with that ball and to see if this Elevate roster can get away with it once again. It looks like Saints are going to be able to pick up that ball and play it off the map. So once again, a great play as 4 go down momentarily for the Saints roster.
I mean, Saints are playing very well. They're playing efficient because they do have the lead, but it still feels like Elevate's able to take control of this game, whether it's the slays, whether it's the map control. I just feel like even though they don't have the win as far as the scoreboard, they still have the win as far as control. And they finally go in and take their first lead of the match here, 67-65 lead in favor of Elevate, and there's no signs of slowing down whatsoever.
No, they're just pushing the metal to the pedal, or the pedal to the metal. Ooh, man, I'm getting a little loopy out here, Tony. But Elevate, they got the lead. Simply Fury's holding that ball, and once again we see the flank coming in. He has the DMR. It's up close. Not usually the best weapon for an up close fight, as he's missing a couple shots. He just needs to hit one more. He eventually finds the trade, but Simply Fury able to get the kill as well. 3 players from Elevate still around that ball as Fate is trying to move in and attempt them, as he's in between all 3 players, basically a triangle surrounding him, but he finds one and takes minimal damage, so he can find the second one right away. He gets 3 shots in and he gets the trade. Great job by Fate to get straight into that Elevate roster. He finds 2 and breaks the setup, and now this is going to be some time for this Saints roster to pick up.
At some point in time, I would love to look at the scoreboard at some point in time and see who's leading the slates. So right now, it seems like Fate is playing lights out, but hold on, Carmilla able to get away. Yeah, so look at that. Fate playing very well right now for his team as far as slates, but Carmilla able to get away with the overshield. 5 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock. 96-81 lead in favor of them. And right now, Elevate playing very well until they just went 3 down. Gary, how are you going to win if you're going 3 down?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a hard thing to do. But one thing I think that's put Elevate over this Saints roster has just been their overshield control. They really haven't struggled on making sure that they got the overshield. They've gotten everyone's thus far. Now, maybe they haven't used them to the best of their abilities, but Saints, they never really had the opportunity to play with the overshield, and that just makes a big difference throughout the game. If you're right on top of the power-up controls and you're able to keep your lead because of it, that is the big difference maker thus far for me. And I think that's why this Elevate roster is going to take this game, unless Saints are able to get this next overshield and use it effectively.
And right now we're seeing a tightly contested game number 1. There was also a tightly contested game number 1 in the losers bracket. Golden Dawn beating out Jebaited 3-2 in Coliseum CTF. So close games across the board. I said it, at this point in time in the tournament, ain't no bad teams. The fat has been trimmed, and now it's going to be nothing but good games across the board.
Yeah, we have some prime cut right here of players, and Carmilla is able to find one with a nade, and he finds another flanker, that is Ravager. And they played the ball. They didn't really have to play the ball in that situation, but it's always better to be proactive with it rather than to be reactionary, and that's going to allow Elevate once again to try to get some slays. The ball has been played, and they've gotten themselves a 30-second lead, and the overshield will be coming up soon as Fate takes a nap and is dreaming at the bottom of the map.
Yeah, he's taking a swim. He's swimming with the fishes right there. 135-112 lead in favor of Elevate. However, Saints does have control of the ball. They are putting points on the board, some scrappy points, able to play the ball. This blue team player is able to stay alive right here for as long as possible. Now as Ravager going to challenge this way over towards bottom. Red Candy he gets the stick. Gary, he gets the stick.
He gets the stick, but while all that was happening, we talked about the impact play, and that's Carmia able to get the overshield once again for Elevate. So Saints missing out on the power up once again, and that really has just been the story of this game. They're only 20 seconds down, but they have had no overshield control whatsoever, and to me, that's been the real difference maker between these two teams.
It really has. We're coming down to nitty gritty. At this point, Elevate only needs to put 12 more points on the board here. Blue team, Saints gonna have to step it up and get that ball out of his hands right here, right now, or they're gonna lose this game. It's 7 seconds left, Garrett.
7 seconds left, and it's just taking away 3, 2, 1, and that will be our game. 150 to 114. The end game clearly in favor of Elevate. They kept it close, Saints did, but towards the end, Elevate just run away with it, largely due to the power-up control that the Elevate roster had. If Saints want to get back into this game, they have to have better presence on the map. They have to be aware of when power-ups are coming up, and they have to make a better and concerted effort of getting them.
And I will say, Elevate is the better team on paper. I'm not going to argue with you there. Why would I? You know, anybody with eyes can see that. Great kills across the board, great control. Elevate playing very disciplined. I will say, great job to the blue team. Fantastic job. Saints came in and put a lot more points on the board than I would expect. They broke a couple of setups. Fate was dropping some nasty kill, able to put 19 on the board, really showing that, saying, hey, you know what? Maybe you should have second guessed dropped me from your team right there. So I will say, I'm feeling good about my pick 3-1. This doesn't look like a 3-0 because Elevate is showing a bit of chinks in the armor. You know, they're winning, but they're not playing perfect, Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, the chink in the armor is there, but the question has to be, how much is that of just them not being a great fish or oddball team? I mean, we saw in the pro series that they just don't execute that well in oddball, period. Like, their oddball game is just a little bit weaker than everything else. I expect it when we get to the tried and true game types, where we get to the Slayers on Coliseum Plaza, all those things, and like the classic Strongholds maps. I think that's where we start to see this Elevate roster really just reign supreme.
Well, we will see. We will see. I'm still gonna say my boys Saints. They can do it. They can take a game. Hey, you know what? Maybe I'm feeling frisky. Maybe they take 2. I don't know. Maybe they take the win. Don't count these boys out when you have a man like Fate on your team who can drop slays, play fast, play efficient. I'm a big fan of this guy. You know what? I'm going to say anything's possible. And I'm going to start talking about Fate as well, because, you know, Ravager, I've seen Ravager throw up 40. That stick was crazy. I've seen Ravager like that throw up 30 to 40 kills at any point in time and go absolutely insane.
Yeah, Ravager, I actually really impressed with Ravager this match. He was this guy that was just putting down damage on the map. He went behind players, used the DMR quite often to just get cross map shots, was really using the sandbox. And the problem is that he's just not going to be your main guy. Like, he can't be your main Slayer. Like, he's going to be that great middle stop player to get damage in, to be the best team player possible, and to provide opportunities for your team. I just want to see one of the other players on the roster pick it up and pick up some of the get some help to Ravager, because he needs it. Like, he's just putting down a lot of damage, but it's just not going in their favor. And there we go. Our next game gonna be on Truth. So like I said, it's a classic one. It's been around since Halo 2, right? Truth, Slayer, the better team will reign supreme. So I just want to see how the Saints roster responds. They need to figure out their team shot. They need to have better, more equal stats this time around.
And I believe they can do it. I believe they can. And you know what, CTF Truth, excuse me, Slayer Truth, this is a map that everybody should be familiar with. It's been on there since day one. You know, we play free-for-alls on it. We play 2s, we play 4s. There's not a single game type that's played in Halo 5 that isn't on this map. So you know what, there ain't no excuses. Step up, tie up this series, and Saints, and make it a good one. They have the capability to do it. They just have to execute, if you will, execute.
Yeah, execution is always so important, and that's the thing with some of these rosters, is that they understand what needs to be done to win games, and that they put themselves in the right positions, but sometimes they don't finish, and they don't execute, and that's what really makes the difference. We see a little bit of a false start on the Coliseum. We are actually playing our game 2 on Slayer, so they'll be sure to fix that. I think they got a little ahead of themselves on they saw the CTF, probably confused it a little bit. But here we are in our semifinals of the winners bracket. After this, we'll see the winner of this team go up against Flyers, who are waiting in that winners final. And actually our losers brackets proceeding quite fast, Tony. So I think after that winners final, I think we're going to see the losers bracket finish up quite quickly.
Okay, you know what? I guess Voodoo Man, you know, Martin runs a tight ship over here, because when I'm thinking double elimination tournament, 60 teams, 3 p.m. start, I'm thinking I'm gonna be here until what, 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going into tomorrow. But I guess Voodoo Man, he runs a tight ship, and he's getting things moving.
And there we go. We're in our second game. We're moving on to Truth once again. This is going to be a great match to see which team is just better at team play in general. It's going to be so important to make sure that you're getting each other's crosses, that you're assisting each other's kills, and that you use that as a momentum, as a spring pad into getting yourself a lead and holding it. But there we go. Soldier, he's sitting in the mid. He's going to find damage on one. Unfortunately, the second one's going to clean up his teammate, and he's caught underneath as we see 3 players go down immediately for Saints as they actually Elevate get a clean wipe on the team. And now Simply Fear Me has his camouflage to work with, and you can't ask for a better player to add the camouflage. He's so patient, so great at choosing his opportunities with camo.
I agree with you on that one. So he's going to sneak up behind these both players. And I'm kind of surprised. He definitely saw a minimum of 2 players in front of him. I don't think shooting was the play right there. I think maybe pushing up forward and getting the back smack if you have 2 players. But you know what? I guess that's why I'm sitting here casting and not playing. Fade able to take out Carmea, 9-5 lead in favor of Elevate.
Yeah, and honestly, like that, I think it's a right play from Simply Fear Me. It's just we're talking about execution. He needs to hit his shots. Like if he hits his shots, he has a quick escape underneath the base, and then he can use his camo to try to get himself another individual fight. So you know, just some misplay on the fact that he's not hitting his shots. But Carmea not having that problem, hitting the shots across the map, all 8 of them into that person's body, and then hits another 4, almost able to get a perfect kill before he's taken down. But we're seeing a 12, make that a 13-9 lead in favor of Elevate, as they have shown themselves to be fast and furious off the start. They had a great start where they got the camouflage and 4 players down. It's starting to slow down a little bit for them, but we can just see this Elevate roster. They really play well off each other. You can see that every kill that they get is basically assisted as another 4 go down for the Saints roster.
Another 4 down, go down indeed, Saints, and I guess my pick ain't looking too good. Gary, I didn't say they were going to win. I just said they're going to put a win on the board, but so far even that isn't looking good. Not the game nor the series. 20-11 lead in favor Elevate. Carmea dropping a big kill on Fate. Nirvanical dropping the people's elbow on Soldier. They're playing lights out, and there should be a camouflage coming up very soon. It is not looking good. It's not looking good.
You know, and we saw a very sluggish Carmea in the last round where, you know, he was missing some unusual shots. His damage wasn't quite there. I think he's figured it out. We're seeing a new Carmea. He's hitting his cross map shots. He's really executing on his kills. You can really tell that he's starting to feel himself, and that's the Carmea that we need to see come into this winners final. I want to see this Elevate roster on their best foot going against Flyers if they get there, because to me that's going to determine who is the best open team, and who will have the best shot at upsetting some pro teams and getting themselves a top 4 finish.
Yeah, I will say, it's funny because I may be wrong. I'm gonna have to look at my notes again. I thought Elevate actually finished in the top 8 in the last 10K. I'm gonna check my notes again, but I'm surprised they're even in the open, because they played lights out at the end of season 2. And I was very surprised. I was very surprised the squad was playing so well so quickly. And then they added Vemzy, you add Vemzy to any squad, that team's gonna get better. I don't care who it is. As you see him ravishing that man's body. As you see respect crouching all over the place, my man Mr. Snow would say.
Yeah, I mean, every single one, every bullet was just filled with love. But I believe they're in the open because Vemzy, obviously a new addition to the roster, he takes over for Gold Star BR, I believe. And then we also see the addition of Nirvanical this time around. So only 2 of the original 4 on the roster. So the same reason why we see Flyers in the open bracket, we're seeing Elevate as well, because they had some roster changes, and they're just going to have to earn themselves a top 8 placement once again, though it's looking, you know, not a problem for these guys to finish top 8 in a pro or open tournament.
Well, it's 36-25 right now, and I think if there's any chance that this blue team can make a play, it would be at this point. You can't wait any much longer. What can they do to come back? How do you turn the tides on Truth? What are you telling your team, Gary, when you're down 12 kills and the money's on the line?
Well, the biggest thing I want to see them do is if they get spawn trapped in the car bubble, they need to, I know it's a little unorthodox, but immediately expand to the other car bubble and just get yourself in control of a part of the map and then use that to get yourself into a base. I just feel as if they keep spawning and keep pushing straight into a base. It just has not worked out well for them. But that being said, they got their top positions. They were able to get some control and they used that camo as bait masterfully. And it's really put this Elevate roster on their back foot. Partially because I believe Carmea's mom is probably, hey, I need some help with the dishes. Come help me out, because he is AFK in the back base right now.
I'm going to make a mental note of that. I believe it was 37-33. That's my mental note that Carmea has, I guess, checked out. Oh, he's back. He's back. Okay, 4-kill lead. Like, Jason's back.
Hey, you know, sometimes you gotta get a quick run. You know, mom came back in with the groceries. He got there. He put 8 on each arm. He got it back in. Groceries are away. He's back into the game. Money on the line. He knows what's up. 39-40. Wanted to make it interesting for us at home, as Elevate only have a 1-kill lead now after their really stellar start off this game. And we're gonna see. I don't think we're gonna see another camo. So I think this game's gonna come to a close very soon. The question is which team, as Carmea finds a back smack on the player pushing underneath the base, and he's gonna find a double. Oh, he's gonna find an assist for Simply Fear Me, and he's gonna stay alive. Great job by Carmea right there. And now they're slaying them out over on the Peace side.
And we're getting down to crunch time right now. They only have a 1-kill lead. Does Elevate. We're going to find out if that temporarily, I guess, lagging or just leaving the console is going to cost them this game number 2, because Saints need to take advantage. Now it's tied up at 44 apiece. 6 minutes on the clock. There should be a camouflage coming soon. It's crunch time, Gary.
It's absolute crunch time, as we see. I mean, I want to see one of these teams go away with it. You know, it's like we feel like it's gonna happen. I think Elevate might just finally make it happen, as this player's trying to stay alive at the toilet. He is staying alive though. Bemsy needs to finish it. What are these guys doing? They're just letting this player stay alive underneath the base, and that player gets a kill. What in the world are y'all doing, Elevate? You can't let that player stay alive. But I think it's still gonna be too little, too late for the Saints roster, as Carmea's hitting shots from across the map. They're all trapped on the car side. Camo's coming up. This would be the choke of a century if Elevate do not take away this game. There we go. Naronical finds that final kill, 50-46 in favor of Elevate. You know, a little bit of a lapse in the lead when Carmea had to make an exit for a little bit, but he comes back. They clutch it up at the end, and Simply Fear Me going out for his team, 18-10, getting the 10 assists. I believe that will be a triple-double for the young man.
Yeah, I mean, my pick is chalked. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, Elevate was able to win.
No
Carmea took a 55-second break, almost a full minute, just left the game, died twice, and my man Saints, gonna come in and secure that W. So I can't imagine how they're going to fare in CTF on Coliseum, because that's. It's a game type that if you're not slaying, you ain't capping flat. Like, come on now. Like, you can get sneaky caps and matchmaking, but when you're playing against a team that's actually playing organized and know what they're doing, you ain't gonna get those caps unless you get those slays. And I'm not quite convinced that they can do it. I'm just not.
There we go. Simply Fear Me had a great game, but that was probably one of his most lackluster moments, just missing the shots right there. But he made up for it in the second half as he top slayed for his team. You know, we saw great moments from Saints throughout, I mean, both the games, really. And the question is, can they do it in CTF? I know that you're saying it's a no shot on Collie, but you never know, right? If there's a player that gets that sniper rifle, starts, you know, doing a frosty with it, and takes control of the game, maybe we'll see the upset, and we'll maybe see a 4th game. But so far, Elevate just looked primed and ready to go into that winners final versus Flyers.
The man left for 55 seconds, Garrett. 55 seconds. Hey. Okay, now I guess that may not seem like a lot of time, but in gaming, that's forever. 55 seconds, 2 kills, like that. You got to take advantage of that. You got. I mean, when life gives you lemons, you know, you make lemonade. I'm not feeling confident. I'm sorry, I'm just not. As Remzi looking at Remzi staying alive, 1-shot shooting bodies. He doesn't have a care in the world.
Hey, you know. Well, we'll never know. We'll never know, right? But Elevate, like I said, they're up 2-0. They're feeling themselves. They're they're in the driver's spot. And really shout out to Simply Fear Me. I mean, he had a great game, and I feel like he you know, he was able to show off some of his talents, you know, a little overshadowed by Vemzy in the last Money Tuesday, but I thought he played really well. He's one of those players that knows exactly what the team needs and then just fills in and does what's necessary, and he has great communication as well. Simply Fear Me to me is the bedrock foundation for these 4 players.
Oh, I agree. I agree 100%. Like, Choose is definitely weird. Like, I like Choose. Stats don't tell the story. Maybe the damage does, but like the rest of the stats don't tell the story. There was plenty of times you know, we saw, there was one time specific, we saw Vemzy drop 20 kills in a game. We saw Simply Fear Me drop 10 kills, but he had more damage than Vemzy. It was great. Like, Twos is just such a weird type of game where, like, you know, you don't have to be jumping off on the stats to be doing what you're supposed to do. So I will say, obviously Vemzy was putting it putting on a show as terms of in the stats and in terms of in the listenings as well, Garrett. But Simply Fear Me was also doing his job, and it was a great team effort.
I mean, team effort is all you can ask for at this moment. I mean, especially like the rest of these maps, right? CDF and Coliseum, Empire, Strongholds, Rig, Slayer, like these are some of the most team-oriented maps that you could possibly get, especially these next 2, Coliseum on CTF and Strongholds Empire. You really have to be coordinated so well in order to take those matches, and that's where Saints, like, they have to figure it out. You have to be just really on top of each other's comms, make sure that no one gets away while one shot, and that's what Elevate's so good at. They are like the deadliest catch. They're so slippery. They'll get away, you know, they're the sharks in the sea, and then when they get away, they'll pop back up and they'll take down your boat. So Elevate, just really a roster that you have to watch out for, no matter what caliber of team you are, pro or AM, because they can definitely make anything happen. Saints have just a tough task ahead of them.
I agree. I agree 100%, and I'm looking, but you know what? I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm not gonna waver. I'm gonna say, you know, Saints can come in, they can get the slays, and they can cap 3 flags, and they can win this game. I think if I keep saying it, it's going. I can speak it into an existence, you know. But man, I'm looking across the board, and like I said, we talk about Simply Fear Me, the 22-year-old coming out of Vancouver. This man has lived across the world. We've seen him in Dubai. We've seen him in the European tournaments. He was playing in the Halo 5. I think it was London 2017, along Elite Vortex and Precision Night, and they actually finished 9th place. They finished 9th place in the open bracket. That ain't bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a great performance, and that's what really counts. You know, I wonder who's milking us, Tony. Like who is the man that has the sour milk in his back pocket that is not letting us get into this 3rd game? I want to go blast him on Twitter or something, because I want to see the action. There we go. You know, you speak it. It's like, hey, start the game. They started the game. I like that. Coliseum CTF, we're going to see some high octane action. Expect a lot of flakes throughout the trenches and see some rockside runs, especially from this Elevate roster. They're going to be really fast with it. We could see a similar play style to Flyers, but also keep an eye for that sniper rifle and see where people position themselves, because that sniper rifle going to be a very impactful on this match. You'll see players like Frosty and other insanely talented snipers such as like Renegade or Soul Snipe. They'll take that sniper and they'll immediately push it into that top cat, or they'll rotate over onto the rock side and try to get people off spawn. So that's something really to be looking out for, as Vemzy probably going to be your player to watch to get that sniper rifle for this Elevate roster.
Stormboard here with Vemzy going to make his way over towards top catwalk. Simply Fear Me dropping a good nade on Soldier right there, ends up getting the kill. Nirvanical goes down. Simply Fear Me, another kill on Sneaky Brand. And somehow Vemzy sitting top catwalk and not dying. Like, this is what Elevate does. Like, they're hiding in plain sight. They're playing super aggressive, but somehow staying alive as they go 4 down.
Go for it down, and now Fate. Oh my, Fate spawn snipe on Carmia, and then another player spawns in front of him. The Halo 5 spawn system is broken, and Fate is just able to take down everyone, and that's going to be a quick flagpole through the snipe side for this Saints roster. We're going to see the overextend for one player that can make a difference, possibly. Nope, the nade from Soldier comes in. That is a clean capture for Saints, and there we go. Fate is just tempting everyone. A Valkyrie coming from the sky, hitting everything necessary, as Fate just going off with the sniper rifle.
And I never doubted them one time. Not a single time did I doubt that Saints can win this game and possibly even put 2 on the board. I said that. I said they could take a win, and I said they could probably put 2 on the board, and we have a 1-0 lead in favor of the blue team squad, and they're playing lights out. They even relayed the flag out across the map. Can he get the touch? Absolutely not. The return comes in, but they're playing very well.
Yeah, Simply Fear Me. I mean, that should be 2 caps on the board, but Simply Fear Me just went nutty, and Neuronical had his help in the back with the sniper rifle, and now Neuronical able to put himself in the cave, a power position that you see so often in tournaments, but not quite able to execute this time round. But now Simply Fear Me and crew, they have the step forward. They are in the mid map. They have the driving position. They just need to find kills and execute on this next flagpole. As Karmia finds Fate with the help of MZ, and Neuronical finds Ravager on the other side. Now we see another snipe side pole. So both teams opting to run snipe side as MZ has a little mishap with the flag, but the flag is out and away. One player overextended for the team, for the blue team, and that is the, how do you say it? The Staulo, however you say his name. He's going to be running the flag on the other side. So we're going to have a little bit of a flag stalemate for the time being. Soldier could be the difference maker though. He has the rockets. He could find a pick that could allow Saints to get a second flag on board.
You know what's crazy? Vemzy fumbling and recovering, it somehow still gets the flag across the map faster than I can if I was running it straight through the middle of the map, no fumble. Like, the man is so quick with it as Ravager. So we have a little bit of flag steal. We got Vemzy on one side for the red team squad. You have Ravager on the other side playing a little defense. So 9 minutes, 22 seconds on the clock. We're going to find out if Saints can put their second flag cap on the board, or will Elevate tie things up.
This is an interesting position from Vemzy. He's taking the flag all the way back to the snipe side. He's going to play this sneaky area as the blue team has just pushed through the base. Karmia finally finds Soldier, and what Vemzy's doing is he's still allowing there to be some influence on the snipe side while the sniper rifle's coming up. Even though now he's going to start retreating, right? He bought enough time for his teammates to get there. They hopefully got this sniper rifle. Karmia got it. I think he threw it off the map, so that sniper rifle not going to play an impact anymore. I'm not sure why Vemzy's juggling this flag. What in the world is happening as Vemzy throws the flag off the map, and that's going to be a second flag in for Saints. So unorthodox flag, and it kind of cost them. So
well, you know, back in the day, if he threw the flag off the map, there was like a 15-second timer for it to come back. I mean, maybe he thought, I don't know. 2-0 lead in favor of Saints right now, and the question is, can they put the third one on the board here? Simply here putting some good shots over towards Catwalk, gonna drop all the way S1 and make sure that player goes down.
And this has just been all Saints early on, but we finally see the answer from Elevate as they get their flag cap in. And there we go. We saw them run it through the snipe side. It wasn't that effective. We see them run it through the rock side, and that was the fastest run we've seen, probably, other than the original one that was 4 down. And they did a great job of executing on that second run. And what I've been noticing from this Elevate roster is perfect kill after perfect kill. They are not missing shots at the moment as they're running another flag throughout the rock side. And you see Neuronical just positioned to watch all the overextends. His teammate finds one, and he will find the players and back them down for now. But there is a player on the flag point. The second flag came in, but 2 players are there to run it. The overextends are coming through the snipe side. They're running through rocks, but players are there and ready to meet. Vemzy shoots off the rocket. He finds one kill. The flag is returned, but there are still players from Saints in the back base. They're running the flag once again. There's a player in position to get the stop. Karmia with a well-placed nade and a hit to the face. He's going to be able to get that reset once again. This is just so back and forth. It's crazy. There's no rhyme or reason to what's happened in the last 2 minutes.
Did you breathe?
No, I'm red, bro.
What do you run off? Oh my gosh, Tesla actually going right back at Neuronical. 3 down goes Elevate, and there we go. Sneaky Brand's actually blocking Red Cave. They're blocking Red Elbow as well, so we get some weird spawns. That flag is gonna move towards Cave side, and there we go. 6 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. Can Saints get the flag over? Get that flag.
Get that flag in. Exactly right. That flag is getting returned. Neuronical's in position. Once again, they just had the team of Saints are just living in their base. They need to find a way to clear. Neuronical finding shots, tagging this player underneath the base. He needs to find the kill, but the support is coming in from Saints. And once again, they're just living in Elevate's base. They planted the bed. It's gone to nighttime. They've gone down into the ender. They're like, hey, I'm done. I'm respawning. I'm back in Elevate's base. They need to find a way to get Saints out of their base so that they can start running their own flags. It's just been flagpole after flagpole for the Saints roster, and really Elevate have just been on their back foot trying to make sure that they execute on every kill to make sure they get the returns, because if one flag sneaks away, they're going to lose this game.
It's 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Well, whose nighttime is it, Gary? What are you talking about here? Simply Fury goes after Fate. Neurotical actually has the rockets and is sneaking up behind Blue Elbow, so this could be a very good flank. Maybe he can get these slays, get this flagpole. Carmea has sniper, everything going good for this Elevate roster. They're elevating their gameplay and speeding up here. That flag is on the move, and I'm gonna call it. This is it. This is the win.
Yep. This should be it. Neurotical misses the flag. That might be able to buy them enough time as Soldier is able to get the flag out, but that should be a quick return, right? It's right in the windowsill. So maybe not as Neurotical. Oh, Neurotical playing with these rockets. Great view from Nighty Night with the observer mode. And now Neurotical is going to find 2 kills, but the stick comes out the last second from Soldier. But that's why you pick up a player like Neurotical. He played it so smart. But I mean, Saints, they just somehow keep themselves alive. It's insane to see. But sniper rifle in the hands of MZ. I think there's one more rocket in the right side of base. I could be wrong. So all the control still in the favor of Elevate, but it's going to be up to Saints to pull out a miracle. And the miracle has happened. He got behind, the returns in. Bemsy gets back smacked at the last second. The upset comes through. Game 3 goes in favor of Saints. What an overextend. Watch your flank, boys. They're coming through. Saints find the 3rd game. Can they use this momentum to potentially find the reverse sweep?
My gosh, that was absolutely incredible. I did not waver one bit.
Not one bit.
Not one bit. I said Saints can come out with the win, and all it took was Vemzy throwing a flag off the map to do so. That was absolutely incredible. But I want to, it may not have happened for this blue team squad, this Saints squad, but I want to give a shout out to my man Nighty Night in the Observer, because that was sick when he actually gave us the 3rd-person view on Neurotical with the rocket launcher and that play happening. He kind of walked us through with the Observer, guys. If you're looking for an observer now for hire, I heard he does Call of Duty, Valorant, all that stuff. So look no further than Nighty Night. We'll drop his ad in the Twitter. We'll drop his Twitter app in the chat. That was sick. That was sick.
Absolutely. I mean, what a hell of a match, right? And that's great from Saints to take away all the notions that they were going to be an easy game. And I love this from Fate. Like, this start was absolutely insane. I've never seen some spawn manipulation like this, where you just see players spawning into sniper reticles on Coliseum from a player sniping at top sniper ramp. That's just absolutely insane. They just absolutely executed perfectly right off the start and got that first flag cap in and kind of set the momentum early on. Oh, look at this. I think Carmea said he went AFK because a cop came to his house, because I guess maybe he had a lost dog. So, hopefully everything going all right over there. Thankfully, it didn't cost them a game, him going AFK. What did cost them a game was them not watching their back. Got to have someone watching the flanks and watching the flagpoles. In fact, if we can go, I wonder if I can get some word from our producer about how many flag grabs that the Saints roster had, because I'm actually curious as to how many times they pulled out that flag, and because it seemed like there was 20. It really felt that way. Oh, almost double digits, Tony. 5 from one alone. That guy was just living in the base.
And to my knowledge, I could be wrong on this one. I believe that's Sneaky Brand. I believe the Stalo, I believe that's actually Sneaky Brand, who always.
Oh, and there we go. We see so many great stats throughout this entire game. I think we lost Tony for a second, so we'll try to get him back in here in a sec. But we're just seeing some incredible gameplay from everyone. And oh, man, what a moment where Bemsy, I mean, he tried his best to stay alive. I mean, if he didn't get the flag off, like if it would have stayed, it was going to get returned anyway. But I mean, just great job from Saints. I mean, they just outplayed Elevate. Like, there's a couple flag caps that Elevate did have. They did a wonderful job at getting it out through the rock side and doing that. Maybe they just didn't do it early enough, like do it more often. But Saints did a great job of just staying in the back base, letting Elevate push up ahead, and then using it as a meat grinder with the player in the back base and just getting back smacks. And that really led to the opportunities that Saints had to win that game. And that's a hell of a game for them to take. We're going to be moving on to Strongholds on Empire. And that's going to be a map where you can't mask your mistakes. It's going to be a lot of one-on-one pistol fights. It's going to be coming down to a lot of execution. It's going to be close paced. Whoever has the best pistol is going to reign supreme. So we'll see which roster can pull that one out. And if I was a betting man, I'd be betting on Elevate to do so. See him get this. And then there we go. We're moving on to Empire. And there we go. Soldier going to be that first player that pushes out towards the overshield, landing down some nades, finds one. Can he find the second? No, the overshield goes on Vemzi's body in time, but a flanker's coming through and Vemzi goes down. That's the Stalo. Incredible plays throughout that third set on Coliseum, where he got into the base and made a bunch of counter flagpoles. He got 5 in one game. He gets behind the overshield and finds the back smack. And now one hill for each team as Neurotical is pushing back down into this pit. 3 players there. They're going to quickly get this pit and then get out. A little bit of a lapse from Saints right there, but Fate still has this camouflage, and can he tempt the fate of Elevate as he finds 2 kills and already finds the third person overextending. He's going to come back and shore up the defense with his teammate and should find this third one. There we go. 3 players go down momentarily for Elevate. So great start from Elevate. They're starting to, it's a great start from Saints as they're starting to get some points onto the board. And I believe I have you back, Tony. Let's see if we can hear your beautiful voice. Okay, so I don't think we have Tony back yet, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna keep going. Solo a dolo, guys. Hopefully you like my voice because you're gonna be hearing it for a little bit longer. But 14-4 in favor of Elevate. Vemzi playing this tower side as he is just landing down shot after shot. And there are players coming up the top pit, and Vemzi just getting behind all of them. Animations are on, and now he's gonna get his own little back smack right there. Vemzi, you know, when it comes to tournament play, I respect it for, you know, the matchmaking, but when you're in tournament play and you're struggling to win Coliseum CTFs, you turn the animations off. You guys still. This is far from over. We've seen Saints come and pull things out of their hat, and it could happen this time around as well. But so far, Elevate doing a great job of controlling the map. They've been able to get kill after kill and stop any attempt at getting a base. As Fate, once again, he's been playing out of his mind this series, but can he continue as Vemzi and Simply Fear Me take him down, and Neurotical finds the third, and that's going to be 3 momentarily down for the Saints roster. And looks like Elevate, they're just rolling with it thus far, taking the punches.
I love it what I'm seeing right now. 34-6 lead in favor of Elevate right now. Neurotical able to drop a beautiful double kill. Now gonna go for the triple. Getting a little frisky right there, putting down the damage, staying alive, doing a lot of work is Neurotical. You said he plays fast, he plays aggressive, but he also puts out a lot of damage. You just saw it right there.
And there we go, Fate getting a couple kills, and he has one more. And unfortunately, Neurotical going to be able to take him down from the bottom position, but the counter cap is trying to happen over at the red base. The Stalo needs to live and find the kill. Unfortunately, jumps out, and Vemzi, up close and personal with that DMR, is able to get that kill. And while that was happening, the trip cap has gone into effect, and we're just seeing a different Elevate roster. No more mistakes, no more lapses in judgment. They're not letting players stay alive anymore, and they're just showing a dominating performance thus far.
They really are, and you know what? Empire is one of those maps where, you know, the better team simply wins. There ain't no way around it. It's too snowbally in favor of the players that can just simply get simply get slays as Vemzi drops the beautiful blueberry, as you would call it. That was incredible. Shooting the body, putting the DMR to work. Vemzi is literally one of the most exciting players to play Halo 5 right here, right now.
Yeah, Vemzi's looking incredible. The Soldier able to cut down his reign of terror, finding a double kill for his team and some points on the board. They are going to reach the 10-point threshold, which is a great start, but now they got to parlay it into some more as they've taken over the tower, trying to get this camo before it comes up. Ravager playing ring around the Rosie, but can't quite get it, and he's going to get a couple shots in the body because of it, as Vemzi's still waiting on this camo to come up. It has not appeared yet. Oh, how does he survive those barrels? And he didn't even get his shields taken down. He hits the stick, but Fate gets close enough to take him down, to at least burn that camo. I'm surprised those barrels didn't take down Vemzy when he was trying to grab that camouflage.
I need a Vemzy listening so bad right now. Like I just can't imagine. You know, he's having a good time right now. You can tell it in his gameplay. He's absolutely wrecking. He's destroying. In fact, as we see another double melee taking out Testalo, gets him getting taken out trying to take blue base. 64-26 lead in favor of Elevate. Now they can't get too cocky here, Garrett. You know, you get a little too cocky, make a couple mistakes, and boom, Saints right back in it.
Yeah, we're actually seeing a potential comeback right now from Saints. They got the 2 cap. They have the control for now. Players are going down, but they're doing a great job of holding this control for the time being as players are coming in to pinch at the pit. 3 players for Elevate are there. 2 go down for Saints, but they're able to stall this pit for just a bit longer. Fate trying to keep the pit contested, letting his teammates get there in time. They are still there. They're still contesting. That player just needs to win a one-on-one. The pivotal is lost, though. Elevate going to be able to get some scoring back on the board, man. If he would have gotten that kill at bottom pit and reset that pit for his team, that would have been an absolute massive moment for the Saints roster.
It would have been massive indeed. 69-38 lead in favor of Elevate right now. They're playing lights out on board with Testalo going in for the flank. Tries to take out his teammate, but Carmea not having any part of that. He has his teammates back, and that's how you got to play for each other. You got to bait and switch and play less for your personal stats and more for the team. And that's what you're seeing Carmea do right there. Great plays.
Absolutely incredible plays. Fate is able to get this pit once again for his team. Camouflage going to be coming up soon along with the overshield. The Saints roster needs to get both these power-ups and start getting themselves back into this game. The trip cap is in effect, and they're spotting the opposing team at tower, so the camo probably not going to go into their favor, and they've given up a pit and the home base at the same time. But as all that happened, I'm not sure how Elevate just left the tower open and let Soldier get away with this camouflage, but he's done it. Vemzy has the overshield. The question is, which one reigns supreme as Soldier's in a cheeky little spot? I didn't even know about that one, Tony. That's definitely an interesting one. And there we go. Soldier trying to get behind the back of the overshield, and Vemzy just spots him. Oh, Vemzy takes him down, has the eagle eye. Unfortunate for Fate, and that's 3 down for the Saints roster, and they're going to be able to push a trip cap, and with that trip cap it should be victory as Vemzy's able to stay forward, and he'll be able to contest anyone that makes a play for that pit. As he gets behind one, misses the melee but hits the stick, turns back around, gets the double kill. He's on a tear. He's looking for the triple. The player takes him out. Neurotical steals it away, but the game is secured. Elevate win the series 3-1.
Game concluded. You are victorious.
Look at that. Oh, I like you, 90. 90 giving the little camera shaky shake. Once again, shout out to our observer, 90 Night, bringing us the action. Really do appreciate everything that he's done. And then also just, he's in my ear right now. I love the man to death. Our producer, Louis V. Titan. Guys, if you don't know him, get to know him. He's producing some of the best content out there, some of the best tournaments. We really do appreciate everyone that's involved behind the scenes. But Elevate, we're seeing them. They're going to the finals. They'll be going up against Flyers. We're going to see a little bit of a rematch. Can't commonly regain his status. He lost in Money Tuesday, and some were saying, hey, Vemzy's better. Vemzy's better. Commonly needs to come out and show that he is in fact the better player, and get a little bit of revenge of what happened this last Tuesday, because I think he needs some more respect put on his name. I have Flyers taking out this next game, but I know so many people here in this production and at home really do see this Elevate roster taking it, and I can't blame them. They look so hot right now as Vemzy. Oh man, that animation is so sexy.
It really was. The man has animations on. It's like, come on now. Like, how more troll can you be to have animations turned on right there? But yeah, you know what? Comedy and MC were not on the main card for the Money Tuesday, which is usually a $1,000 matchup, as we saw in the last 2 iterations that we did it. But they are playing for $1,000 today. You know, the winner does split it. I mean, not between 4 people, so not as good as the Money Tuesdays one. But either way, they're gonna split that $1,000  4 ways, and we're gonna find out who truly is better. Is it going to be Vemzy leading his team, or is it going to be Hamza?
Yeah, I mean, man, I can't see commonly losing this game. And, you know, we really saw, like, Vemzy did not pay any respect to Commonly in that 2v2 match. Like I think he just knew that he was a better 2v2 player. And the question is do they have that same confidence when it comes to fours? Like this Elevate roster, I don't know if I put them above that Flyers roster. I just think that new Flyers roster, it's so new and improved. It's shiny. I'm like a kid at a Tesla dealership. I want to jump in any car. I just that's how I feel about this Flyers roster. But you know, the Elevate roster, man, they're new, they're sleek, they're fun to watch. It's just going to be an insane winners final matchup.
You know, it's funny. We were talking about Commonly versus Vemzy. I want to see them playing doubles together. I want to see them together playing doubles. I don't know if they've done it yet, but I bet they'd make really good teammates. Maybe one day we can see them playing some big money twos. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I wish Commonly would play a little bit more 2v2. Like I love watching his stream. I'll pop in for occasionally. I just like, you know, it's fun to watch the 4v4, but I want to see him get into some of those money 2 lobbies and start making a name for himself over there. I mean, not that he needs to make a name for himself. He needs no introduction. Commonly, I always have him as one of my best pro players in the scene. I think he just does it all for his team. I'm definitely, I think I'm putting the stake down right here, Tony. I feel like I've been saying it all day, and I would be doing a disservice to myself if I didn't stay with it. I have Flyers. They are the best team in this tournament. No one will tell me differently. But Elevate, they have the chance. I mean, we've already seen Vemzy take down Commonly pretty easily in that 2v2 match at last Money Tuesday. I just don't see it. I don't see the storyline remaining the same this time around.
Well, you know what? We're gonna find out. That's the magic of Halo. You know, you dream of this matchup, and now it's gonna be put on paper right here. Looking over here, I believe this is the lower bracket here. Kingdom was I believe it was season 1. Kingdom was making top 8 every single event, and people kept talking about, oh, well, they kept getting the golden bracket, this, that, and the third, and then they made out of pools a bunch of times. Oh, they got the golden pool. At one point, are we gonna start giving Kingdom respect? Like, hey, they were consistently making top 8. So I'm looking at them right now. I believe it's a very similar roster. El Halo lead, Kilimanjaro, Bones, and I apologize, I can't remember the fourth member. Either way, a very solid matchup. Baba Booey, I believe we see on screen right here. Baba, this was formerly known as No Ice, ran by UEG, captained by UEG. I hate that name. I'm be honest with you, Garrett. I didn't even go back to No
like
Ice.
It ever since I learned that it's Dragon. Like, it's just Dragon. I like it, bro. I like a player named Dragon.
Baba Booey's not Dragon.
I think that's just I think it's an error on the bracket. I think their name is still Ice. They're just going by Ice. You can see in the bracket, but like in the round before, that they're Ice. So I'm just gonna keep them as Ice. But I was actually interested in a potential matchup on that screen, and we could see a rematch between Scared Money and Cobra Kai. That would be very interesting. Remember, we saw that go into a 5th game. So Scared Money playing against Rising 8 right now. They'll have to take down Kingdom, which is a very good team. But if they do so, we'll get the rematch that I've been really waiting for. And we'll see a very warm Scared Money as they've had to go through this losers bracket pretty early on.
Scared Money don't make no money. If I ever go broke, I'm going to take your money.
Hey.
Words. No, but you know, it's funny because I always say, who said Scared Money don't make no money? Because I've seen them get some big wins today. They've been playing fantastic. I hope to see them go far in the tournament. But as you said multiple times, you know, in my opinion, it's a 2-team race between Elevate and Flyers, and it's up to some of these other top teams to prove me wrong. I'm excited to see you guys do it.
Hey, I still think that Cobra Kai squad, man, just keep an eye out on them. I think if they get things to go right, I could see them making that grand finals. That being said, we're gonna see a warm Scared Money, and if we see a warm Bards, that's a scary thing to witness, man. It's a scary thing to witness. Bards, when he's warm and he's on top of his game, he's one of the best to do it. So that'll definitely be a game to watch. But what do you think? Assuming that Rising 8 loses, not that they will, but if we see Scared Money and Kingdom, who do you have going on to fight Cobra Kai?
My heart is telling me don't bet against Bards. My heart's telling me don't bet against Bards. But you know what? I'm gonna go Kingdom. I don't know why. My head and my heart are both saying Bards, but I'm gonna go Kingdom. I'm gonna say I was big on them in season